You guys are the only team now to beat the Cowboys twice this season, the only team to beat them at all. How big was this for you?
It was real big. We needed a win. You know, this game meant a lot for so many different reasons. We didn't want them to come in here and clinch the division, you know, on our home turf. So that was big, us defending our home turf. You know, so it meant a lot for us and for them as well. So glad we could pull it out.
You probably solidified a wild card spot with this win as well. Can this be a big confidence boost for you going forward the rest of the way and in the playoffs?
Oh, man, we can't think about the wild card right now. We got another big game coming up next week. You know, until the dance starts, you know, that's when we'll think about it. But until then, we got to flush this game, enjoy it from the time the game is over to the time we're in the locker room. But we start preparing for our next opponent tonight, actually.
And we're getting used to this a little bit, but another great performance by the defense. How big were you guys trying to get?
Big, man, to hold the team like that to 7 points. You know, that speaks volumes to the effort that these guys gave. You know, on offense, they didn't do exactly what they wanted to do, but they did enough. And we knew if we could get our offense a chance to stay in the ball game, we'll come out.
Great job, Damon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time now to welcome in our football night in New York crew, Mark Malusis, Chris Lopresti, Sal Licata. Everyone wanted to see the Giants beat a legitimate team, and they did it. How impressive was this victory?
Well, I think, it was, because I look at the defense more so than anything else. I mean, there's positives and negatives to every single football game, Taylor, and I think tonight you look at it, and we've talked about this Giant defense all season long, guys, and really they've been the guy from week 1 now through week 14, they've been really the most consistent group. When you look at how good Jenkins has been, and once again he goes out there and shuts down Dez Bryant, the ability to go out there and slow down the ground game, how bad the Cowboys were on third down efficiency, they were downright dreadful, and they basically dared Prescott to beat him with the arm, knowing the strength that they have in the secondary with DRC, with Jenkins, with Landon Collins, playing to the strength in Spagnuolo's game plan without Jason Pierre-Paul. Really, the storyline coming out of this game, cold weather night at MetLife Stadium, the Giant defense is the reason why they won this game.
Yeah, and it's playoff-style football, the way the defense played. And we've seen this before with Steve Spagnuolo, with the Giants, the defense getting better as the season moves along, as he starts to figure out some of these other pieces, whether it's blitz packages. The secondary's been tremendous. I mean, I'm not sure right now you're going to find a better trio of corners than what the Giants are running out there. Landon Collins has been great. Even tonight, JPP goes down. People worry, what are they going to do? The kid Aquara steps in and plays well. He was disruptive.
Undrafted rookie.
And even when they weren't getting pressure on Prescott, I mean, there were times where he stood in the pocket and there just didn't seem to be anything open down the field. You credit the secondary. Obviously, they forced him to try and win with his arm. They weren't able to do it. Dez Bryant doesn't even catch a ball until the 4th. Immediately puts it on the ground.
What is it with Dez and catches?
Big night.
What is it?
Look, this is an impressive win, okay? They needed to beat a good team again. I know that they beat the Cowboys week 1. It's a little different now. An impressive win. But I'm still not seeing a great team in the Giants. The defense was terrific, and I think they exposed the limitations of the Cowboys, in particular Dak Prescott moving the football down the field. Dallas was sloppy. Dez Bryant fumbling the football. I know the game may be lost at that point, but still, Eli Manning was terrible, and it could have been a lot worse if the Cowboys took advantage of some of the mistakes that he made. They can't run the football. Beckham only has 4 catches, but again, Moose, Chris, I mean, he's making up for the areas of deficiency all over that field
drops.
with one play. Forget about even the drop, right? One play from Beckham, because you let him catch it on the run. He's gone. There's nobody in football that's catching him, and they win the game because of that. How many times this year have they won games based on one play from Eli to Odell Beckham Jr.?
Yeah, but that also, I mean, that further hammers home the point of just how good this defense is. I mean, the offense doesn't have to be spectacular for them to go out there and find a way to win a football game. And really, Eli wasn't particularly good. It wasn't a great football game. When you look at it, there were 6 turnovers combined between the two teams. It was kind of a sloppy game. The cold weather conditions played a role in that, but all they needed to do was score enough, and that Giant defense was able to make it hold up. And to be able to do that without Jason Pierre-Paul, who in the last 3 weeks had 5.5 sacks, is awfully impressive. Any way you cut it, I think it's a hell of a win for the Giants that they can build off of.
Now, real quick, were you guys surprised by the sloppy offense from the Cowboys?
Well, if they can't run it, Prescott's going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
And so that's where, I mean,
2 interceptions.
And Chris talked about it. You look at the three guys that they have at the cornerback spot. In terms of depth, there isn't a team that has better depth at the cornerback spot in the National Football League. So it played to the Giants' strengths, and Prescott had a hard time finding guys.
All right, well, I hope I am ever as good at anything in life as Odell Beckham is after the catch. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.